The mass killer who murdered over My Little Pony.
No, somebody's shooting in my hub. I'm at FedEx in Plainsville.
What's the
There's gunshots everywhere.
Okay, what is
Right off the bat, is this the person's car? I'm assuming this has to be the person's car. You know, what are y'all's thoughts on people putting like anime stickers and stuff like that on their car itself? It's me, guys. Sorry. Oh my God. Kind of corny. I think it depends. If you're completely wrapping your car, you know, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I've seen some that can look good. It's possible for it to look good, but majority of the time, I don't know, dude. Not tough. Rainbow dashing bullets looking at. What could possibly make him kill over My Little Pony? I guess we're gonna find out, y'all.
In Plainsville.
What's the
There's gunshots everywhere.
Okay,
What is
the address?
The address is 8951 Mirabelle Road.
How many shots did you hear?
I don't know if anybody got shot. Can we go out down here? Can we run on way to the end and go out?
Don't go outside. Stay where you're safe.
8951 Mirabelle Road.
I want you to stay with me, okay? Don't hang up.
Okay, I'm wondering, were they just like a brony and they ended up shooting, or was it actually like over My Little Pony that this shooting was caused? I'm gonna do what you want. It's the person that makes the act weird, not the act itself. Exactly. For sure.
When a young boy's mother notices his odd behaviors, intensifying year by year.
Yeah, chat. I mean, if you're taking your son and buying him camo outfits, there's signs. There's always the signs, okay? I don't know if it was just like my high school. Because I grew up in Texas, you know. People that would wear the camo, it was always the ones that like owned like multiple guns. I'm like, what is going on here? It starts in the home.
She begins to worry about him. It began as a child when young Brandon Hole insisted on wearing 3 pairs of shorts at a time. That seemed innocuous enough until years later, when
what does that
developed
mean?
An unusual obsession that soon went off the rails. This was the bedroom of that same boy.
What did the wearing 3 pairs of shorts comment have to do with that? Okay, let's go.
Only now he was well into his teenage years, and his true love is depicted on the colorful posters hanging on these walls. The cartoon ponies you see are
true love on the walls, depicted on the walls. Can y'all see the Sonic poster and Shadow poster? Yeah.
the central characters on a children's animated television series, My Little Pony.
You hung
Most
Shadow.
people would
Okay.
do anything for the love of their life, but few knew just how far Brandon was willing to go for his. And the ones that did know...
Yeah, good question. Kind of which pony though? Which pony though? This is important.
would soon wonder how they didn't see the horrific outcome staring them right in the face.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak with Brandon, please?
Oh, yeah, this is Brandon.
I don't even have anything to say. How does a children's cartoon take you to this fucking degree? Genuinely no idea. No idea.
In this phone call with police, you'll quickly learn how
And My Little Pony's not a children's show. Okay.
his demons began to develop at such an early age. His mother, Sheila, estimates he was only 4 years old as she describes the dramatic incident you're about to hear.
I mean, he'd like be real depressed one day and be like, you know, I ought to just do what my dad did.
How did his dad kill himself?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Did he find him or did he see that?
no, he was there when we got into a real bad argument, and his dad said that, you know, hey, whatever, if you leave with the kids, I'm going to myself, and I said, go ahead. He was, I think, 4 then.
It's
Damn. That's fucking sad, dude. That's fucking sad. Okay. Okay. I can definitely see how that might affect, but still, dude. Still, like, as the mom, like, you still gotta log in, especially if that fucking happened to the dad. The kid's gonna need some special care. They're gonna need like therapy or something. Like, I wonder if they like went through with anything like that, or if, I don't know. We'll see.
Seemed this haunting memory would follow
That's
Brandon
crazy,
everywhere
though.
he went for the rest of his life. Before long, Sheila would see his struggles start to manifest in unusual behaviors, including his insistence on wearing 3 pairs of shorts at a time. The way he would...
Okay, we're back with the 3 shorts at a time. What is the correlation with that? What are we talking about?
rock back and forth as he watched television, and how if his routine tasks were interrupted, the whole sequence would begin again. He was eventually diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder. Sensing something was off, Sheila took her troubled son to Barrington Health Center in Indianapolis. But there she would learn there was more going on than she ever knew. The first visit in 2011, when Brandon was 9, would prove to be his first of many. But with every visit, the outcomes grew worse and worse. And ultimately, it all culminated in some of the most terrorizing moments ever caught on camera. Less than a year after being diagnosed with a bevy of disorders, including disruptive behavior disorder, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and depression, Brandon's behaviors would soon become much more aggressive. Thanks to his ever-increasing temper, his mother took him back for another visit 1 year later. As it turned out, his mother's fears were no exaggeration, and the medical records are damning evidence that prove it. From excessive lying to disrespectful behavior, Brandon's temper was now only part of a growing list of concerns. But for Brandon, it was just the beginning.
I mean, how genuinely, I don't know what, as a parent, what are you supposed to do? Like, actually, no, I never thought the video was going to be funny, guys. This is it's a real case. I just thought it was going to be interesting. I feel bad for the kid too. I mean, that's typically the case. If you're a child and you cause like a shooting or do something like that, it's typically not going to be your fault. It's going to be the parents. Okay. But holy shit. Thought it was a joke and someone made it up. That's a horrible fucking joke. I'm still wondering how My Little Pony inflicted it. That's what I'm wondering too.
It's May of 2013. Brandon is 11. A police officer was dispatched to the home Sheila and Brandon shared with Sheila's boyfriend, Keith Larson. According to Keith, he and Brandon were engaged in a water fight, and when Keith sprayed him with the garden hose, Brandon flew into an unexpected rage. He'd locked himself in the bathroom where he proceeded to destroy items inside. Sheila alleged that she picked the lock, after which Brandon left the bathroom and Sheila became his target. That's when Brandon snapped. He punched and slapped Sheila in the face multiple times, kicked her in the legs, and bit her on the forearm. She followed as he ran for the kitchen and grabbed 2 table knives out of the drawer. Then, in a mad scramble, charged at his own mother. He trapped her in the family room and wouldn't allow her to leave. It seemed like something unthinkable was about to happen. But just when she thought there was no escape, police...
No escape? He's 11. What do you mean, no escape? Police, okay, I'm sorry. Like, yes, is it scary? Of course, it's terrifying. But police, like, I feel like anyone could overpower an 11-year-old. I know they had a kitchen. Did they have a kitchen knife? Was that what it was? Or like a dinner, like a tiny little, I don't know, just close the door. He's not gonna fucking, just fucking Incredible Hulk kick it down.
arrived in the nick of time, and the madness for now came to an end. Somehow, Sheila only sustained a small wound.
Yo, my 10-year-old cousins are strong. You have no idea. I don't.
Her right forearm, but her fears about her son's behavior leading up to this point had been all but confirmed. The incident ended in Brandon receiving several months of probation. After that incident with his mother, everything continued in the same direction, and every year, Brandon would ascend another step on that stairway to madness. He quit school in 2014 and never got beyond the 6th grade level. He stayed home, his depression ever present, and isolated from the world, worsening his condition.
Dude, I don't know. I don't like homeschool. Well, I don't. This is a special case, I guess, but as the parent, I wouldn't. The last thing I'm doing if my kid tried to stab me is going, yeah, I'm gonna keep them home with me all the time. Exactly. I'm looking for the milk.
It seemed to manifest in his
On a
chilling search history.
Silver, what are you saying,
You've
man?
already learned about his obsession with My Little Pony, but while left alone, Brandon had been researching something far more sinister.
That's not what my desk looks like. What do you mean, dude? Look at his desk, ultimate Donnie setup. That is not what my desk looks like.
In 2015, Brandon was assessed by the Riley Children's Foundation. His search history included an obsessive interest in mass shootings. He told the assessor that, quote, I feel bad for the victims, the families. When asked if he could put himself in the shoes of the perpetrators, he denied it, saying, I don't want to waste my time doing something like that. It's a hassle. And that he wouldn't want to cause families any trauma. Chillingly, the assessor concluded that Brandon seemed to empathize with the victims, despite the fact that he also admitted to sharing memes and jokes about them with his friends.
Yo, I don't know, dude. Like, I really, really want to have kids one day, but then I hear some shit like, well, I mean, what do you do? Your child becomes obsessed with videos and articles on school shootings? What the hell are you supposed to do about that, dude? I am sending them to boarding school, man. I don't know. Be a good parent, dude. I mean, what the fuck are you? I feel like it's too far gone.
Then the day came when 18-year-old
My kid
Brandon
could only
made
play
the
Minecraft
decision
for
to
sure.
follow through with something he'd planned to do for quite some time. It was March 2nd, 2020.
And he was like, well, drive me to the gun store and I'll just look around. On the way to the gun store, we saw a sticker that said hashtag stop the life. And he's like, there's your sign. And I was like, okay, well, if you buy a gun, there's your sign. You know, I got to take that away from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and he did buy it without bullets.
Wait. How old was he? How is he buying a gun? What are we talking about? How old is he? Chat, do we know at this point how old he is? Wait, let me go back. I'm sorry.
It was March 2nd, 2020.
He's 12? How did he buy a gun?
Drive me to the
Wait,
gun store and I'll just look around. On the way to the gun store, we saw a sticker that said
12?
And I
Okay.
was like, okay, well, if you buy a gun, there's your sign. You know, I got to take that away from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and he did buy it without bullets.
The store was out of ammunition that day.
Bro.
That night, Sheila and her daughter devised a plan. The situation was far too perilous, and they couldn't just sit back and watch to see what became of it. They had to act. If not, Sheila feared, perhaps Brandon would follow through and take his own life, just as his father had done several years prior. Or something much, much worse. The following morning, they traveled to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department and filed a case report telling of his troubled past and how he planned to point his shotgun at police, thereby ensuring his death. Later that same day, on March 3rd, several officers and members of the Indianapolis Mobile Crisis Assistance Team, or MCAT, responded to Sheila's home. Upon entering, Brandon was placed in handcuffs, with the police report stating that Brandon had become quite anxious, and his main focus was ensuring that no one looked at his computer. What police would find on that computer would leave Sheila utterly shocked.
Okay, is this where it's going to get into My Little Pony stuff?
The search revealing extremist websites in his history. At this time, Brandon's gun was confiscated under Indiana's red flag law. When Brandon was taken to Escalating Hospital for further assessment, she hoped he'd be put on a 72-hour hold.
Congrats on
But
graduating.
instead, somehow, he was in and out in under 2 hours. To Sheila's utter surprise, an emergency medicine doctor determined there was no diagnosis, and Brandon denied having any issues. What's more shocking, There's no record that indicates a formal psychological assessment was ever conducted on Brandon during this visit, despite Sheila's cries for help. A few days after the visit to Eskenazi Hospital, a detective contacted Sheila concerning his confiscated shotgun.
I just needed to talk to you about what happened with Brandon. My role in this is simply just to see if we're going to file a retention case. If they file a retention case, he would also be deemed to be a dangerous person, which only means that he wouldn't be able to purchase a firearm. This isn't a criminal record, and it's not, you can't even see it. Like, if somebody were to search for criminal cases and stuff, these cases don't go into there because they're just civil. Once they get filed, like if I needed to check on one, I can't even do it. I have to send an email to the prosecutor's office and ask them to look because they're the only ones that can access it. So to see like what the status of it is.
I low-key feel like the mom could have done way better and changed the kid's future. I mean, absolutely. Kids aren't just gonna inherently be evil, you know? There's just no way.
Then, when the FBI visited with Sheila the following month, they would unknowingly add fuel to the fire. An agent, along with another officer, visited Sheila's home and asked to meet with Brandon. When the agent asked Brandon what he planned to do with his life, Brandon replied that perhaps he could join the FBI. In response, the agent made it clear that wouldn't be an option for him. Perhaps this was the straw that broke the camel's back. It would be exactly 1 year to this very day that Brandon would unleash the inner demons he'd been harboring since early childhood. At the conclusion of the meeting, all intelligence that had been gathered on Brandon revealed the last thing Sheila or any mother would ever want to hear about their own son. Brandon had all the makings of a mass shooter. Some of the red flags that the FBI may have recognized in Brandon were that he was a loner with feelings of rejection from society, as well as feeling like he was being treated unfairly, and his belief that he was a victim. Other red flags that Brandon showed were his symptoms of depression, homicidal thoughts, violent fantasies, and anger problems. In conjunction with the other warning signs were his traits of narcissism, and most concerning of all, his fixation on past school shootings and mass murderers. Despite the exchange with the FBI agent, Brandon, for a time, seemed to be on the up and up. He found a job in 2020, and he seemed to enjoy working at the local FedEx SmartPost facility.
It's just sad, dude. He looks like Brick from The Middle. I refuse to watch The Middle, and this is a little bit of a side tangent. That show, that little shit pops up on my fucking For You page, and I don't even watch the fucking clips. You know how you just get like random like part 1, part 2, part 3 to like episodes of a show? That little fucking shit Brick from The Middle pisses me off so much. So fucking annoying, man. For years.
Maybe Brandon was finally improving, but it wasn't the case. And in fact, he was only just ascending into peak madness. In the months before he would do the unthinkable, Brandon quit showing up for work. It seemed he couldn't bring himself to get out.
No. Malcolm in the Middle. Now that is fucking peak. Malcolm in the Middle is actually like top 3 show of all time. Okay. We're not going to compare Brick to Dewey. I saw someone trying to say that Brick was better than Dewey, and that's the biggest joke I've seen in my life.
Out of bed. By October, his stint at the FedEx facility had officially come to an end. It was mid-March of 2021, and Brandon had moved back to his mother's home. Once again, Sheila had to fight the system in order to get her son in front of a mental health professional before he was finally assessed. Multiple pages of notes named a variety of Brandon's conditions, amongst them generalized anxiety disorder, recurrent major depressive disorder. Meanwhile, even while he was in therapy, this is an actual list of the items he was purchasing. As he was making these purchases, he attended another session with a social worker.
What is all this? Lucas Oil Extreme Duty Gun Oil Defense Go Juice Lubricant Purple. Vertical grip black adapter. Okay.
But by now, Brandon had reached the point of no return.
I'm not gonna act like I even know what the fuck that stuff is. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. The Rainbow Dash sticker on the gun. God. Okay, it's kind of tough, but it's not tough that he killed someone. Never. Okay, let me just shut up, bro.
He attended a session with a different social worker, stating he had no empathy and no care for the lives of others, including his own flesh and blood. 2 weeks later, in what would be his final counseling session, he stated the same thing again. But what he added this time was chilling. Brandon claimed he was a danger to society and that society should fear him. And he was right.
Marion County 911.
There's been a shooting. Okay.
I'm sorry. If wait, this was at like a
Weeks later, in what would be his final.
Okay, if you're in a counseling session and you're the therapist and the person saying they're a danger to society and society should fear them, yeah, send them to the fucking psych ward. Get them to the, like, I don't do whatever you have to do. Get them locked up, man. What are we doing? Yeah, report that shit. What are we doing? What?
And that society should fear him. And he was
He's
right.
crazy.
Marion County 911.
Like, as a counselor, allowed to report certain things. Like if someone's talking about wanting to do violent acts, right? Surely. Definitely, right?
There's been a shooting. Okay. Multiple shots. How many shots were fired?
I'm a danger to society. All right, yeah, sure, bud. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, fucking, what are we doing here?
A lot.
It started the night Brandon quietly departed home, never to return again, en route to his final destination, the FedEx Smart Post facility, sometime around 11 p.m. on April 15th, 2021. That particular evening was nothing out of the ordinary. Sheila returned home from work with dinner for Brandon and found him to be in a pleasant mood. After he ate, he took a relaxing bath, then they both went to bed. Or so Sheila thought. Once inside the FedEx Smart Post facility, Brandon makes his way through, savagely opening fire on everyone in his path.
So they are supposed to report that, required by law to report it.
Employees at random as they attempt to run for their lives. Soon after, he returns to the parking lot and immediately opens fire.
Wait, I'm sorry, I wasn't locked in. I need to. Okay.
Once inside the FedEx Smart Post facility, Brandon makes his way through, savagely opening fire on everyone in his path. Then he moves through the lobby, assassinating employees at random as they attempt to run for their lives. Soon after, he returns to the parking lot and immediately opens fire on those unfortunate enough to be in close proximity. 911 calls flood local dispatchers as Brandon continues his murderous undertaking.
I think there's possibly multiple shooters. I hear them outside. I'm in the control room. There's three of us in here. Sorry.
Okay, so what I need for you guys to do, like I said, stay down, make sure your door is locked. Put something against that door if you can to keep yourself safe, okay?
Please. Everyone upstairs.
Okay, they're on the way, they're on the way.
In a matter of minutes, the premises transformed into
Why a
a
FedEx
nightmare.
facility? He worked at FedEx, blame.
The parking lot with a rifle shoot that we got the guy in here. We got him in here.
I don't have water, Cheyenne.
Okay. He's in our shack with us.
Hey, stay on the line for me. Let me get medics on the phone. I'm not gonna hang up, okay? Stay with me.
There is at least one person down. It's in an ambulance or two, please.
Yeah, we have the ambulance and the officers en route.
But they have an AR-15. I'm not sure how many other guns they have, but I know they at least have one assault rifle.
They're still shooting.
Okay, okay, stay on the line. They're already on the way to you, okay? But stay on the line with me. Keep yourself safe. I need you to let me know anything that happens, okay?
Right now, I just hear a lot of gunshots and a lot of people around.
Okay, hold on. Stay on the line.
That's so
The
scary,
emergency calls
dude.
continue to pour in as the casualties are mounting. Dispatchers frantically assist callers as the horror continues to unfold.
We have shots fired. We need police. They're still shooting as we speak. He's already shot about 5 people. The shooters in
Oh
the
my
You said there were 5
God.
people shot there?
Or he got
The first officers are arriving at the scene. Dispatchers and responding officers communicate in real time.
I'm trying to figure out where the My Little Pony. I think we're gonna hopefully, dude. Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything about My Little Pony yet. They had to have like looked on the computer and found some stuff like after or something.
However, in the midst of the chaos, details are not yet clear.
Have we confirmed whether we have one or two shooters?
Who farts piss? America's so beautiful, but I'm so scared to visit because of this type of stuff, man. I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, it's not like it's an everyday occurrence, but then I live in fucking Dallas, and yeah, I would be lying if I said I don't hear 1 or 2 gunshots every fucking night. So I don't have any room to fucking speak.
Okay, is it one person, two person?
Valid.
Can't tell if just multiple rifle shots, but it sounds like the same report, so I'm assuming one.
Okay, are they inside or outside?
Last they were outside.
Okay.
But I am in a very big city. Okay. I was literally like walking, and I straight up like with my friend, me and him were just fucking walking where there was like bars, and we step outside, and then like right in front of us, dude. It was fucking. It felt like that shit is fucking horrifying. Actually horrifying. The fact that I'm so desensitized to just hearing that shit outside is kind of wild. Literally, like, could fall asleep and just like hear that in the background. It's just ambient city noise.
I'm getting information.
But it's also, let me say, Texas. Probably, I mean, I don't know how bad other cities are, to be honest. But most places in Texas, it's not going to be like that. A lot of people have guns in Texas for sure, but this is like a city. So like, it's bound. I feel like it's bound to be that way. I don't know.
That he's still inside the building.
If you're going to Utah, you're fine. Okay. Utah is Mormon central. Okay. If anything, they're too nice. Lovely though. I can say that because I grew up Mormon. Okay.
From somebody pulling off the lot.
Footage reveals that after carrying out his plan,
Utah's really fucking pretty, dude. Utah is beautiful.
Brandon returned to an earlier location in the FedEx facility.
Exactly, hi boy.
So much as a shred of hesitation.
From Fort Worth every few days.
To end one more
for sure.
life, his own. Employees on site continue to place calls, begging and pleading for help in this surreal nightmare that has been sprung upon them without warning. As far as they are aware, the shooter is still preying on victims.
Is there someplace you can get safe? I want you to stay safe, okay?
I don't know because I still hear gunshots.
Okay.
They're inside the building.
Is there someplace you can hide? Is there a desk, something you can get under?
I'm at door 235. There is a trailer on this door. Get under. Slide under that.
Someplace where you can
Slide
stay
under,
safe,
please.
okay? Really well, okay? Stay with me, okay?
As Natasha and another employee remain hidden, well over 100 officers are dispatched to the scene.
2 more down, car and parking lot.
Did I hide being Mormon? Growing up Mormon? Y'all didn't know I grew up Mormon? Have I never talked about that on stream? I feel like there's no way I haven't mentioned that. What?
White Toyota Camry.
Another one down by the Swords for front row. Control, advise Escalating will have multiple patients.
Mormon is an American thing. There's Mormons everywhere. It's just definitely way more American.
Through the turnstiles when he was sticking the gun through. So when he went out to the parking lot, I rushed everybody back through our second set of turnstiles and sent them in the truck.
Is there a certain entrance number or door that we can note here in the run so they know where to get to you? And how many people are with you?
I can get the cops through. Uh-oh, somebody's at the door out there. Is that a police officer or is it him again? It's a police officer. It's a police officer.
Judy encounters the officers as they make their way through the building to secure the scene. Dispatchers check in with callers who have remained on the lines.
The officers know where you are, okay? I've put that in there, okay? Do you want to stay on the line with me until you get there?
Don't leave me.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave you. I will not leave you then, okay? I'm going to stay with you then, okay? You're fine, okay? That's perfectly fine.
After more than 30 minutes with the...
I'm under.
When are they gonna talk about My Little Pony, dude?
Allegedly, because of the facility's policy that employees couldn't carry cell phones in certain areas, some workers may not have been able to phone for help or contact friends and family during the shooting. The killing spree had come to an end, but the aftermath of the attack is difficult to fathom.
He shot so many people. Oh my God, he got Oscar. Oscar's only been here a week. They're dead out here.
8 innocent, unwitting victims' lives ended abruptly. Soon, Brandon is located by officers as they confirm that he is now deceased. It was then that Brandon's disturbing motive was revealed.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. With fucking taste.
Brandon was heartbroken over a My Little Pony character. In his final Facebook post on April 15th, 2021, he wrote, "I hope that I can be with Applejack in the afterlife. My life has no meaning without her. If there's no afterlife and she isn't real, then my life never mattered anyway."
But I kind of just need to talk to you.
Over Applejack. Over Applejack? Applejack is actually the worst taste, chat. The worst taste. Idiot.
About what happened that day and how you're feeling about whether you'd want it back or if you.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I don't want it back at all. It's fine.
What would be your goal for us to do with the gun?
God.
Just destroy it, or
okay.
Well, yeah.
Wonder if he ever found out that Applejack is a lesbian, plus she's canonically with Rainbow Dash.
I don't have
Damn.
any mental health issues that I'm aware of. I don't think I do. And I wouldn't say depressed, but my feelings to the reason why I got a gun is because I wanted to show my best friend who's really into hunting and stuff, mainly also for like the fun of shooting it.
I mean, if you're getting it back on track, I don't know what it's off track of it unless it's just that you didn't get your high school diploma.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, off track. I mean, it's that. I mean, I'd say that. I mean, do you think this, like, not doing anything with your life is on track? I mean, I don't think so.
Well, no, but I also think that could make me sad and depressed if I felt like a failure or whatever, but apparently that's not what you're feeling, so.
I just signed up for GED. I'm going to get my GED. I'm going to counseling or therapy, or I'm not really sure what the correct term is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get my life back on track, and I'm really trying hard.
The FBI concluded
that's
Brandon's
insane.
purpose was to demonstrate his masculinity and capability while fulfilling a final desire to experience killing people. It was a moment in time that further...
Bro, Applejack wouldn't like that. Why are we acting like Applejack wants this? Okay? That's ridiculous.
The importance of not only recognizing red flags, but acting upon them too. Those 8 lives that were lost that day ranged in age from 19 years to 74 years and include Matthew Alexander, Samaria Blackwell, Emerjit Johal.
Okay, bro, I'm just gonna say, Kenna has shown me a lot of My Little Pony, okay? Early on, I would show her Sonic stuff and she would show me My Little Pony. So I know a decent amount of ball when it comes to it, okay? A little more than I should as a 23-year-old man. I mean, you wouldn't call yourself a brony, would you? No?